Welcome back to Transform Your Mind to Transform Your Life, the podcast. You're listening to 5 Minute Fridays with Coach Myrna. Today, I want to talk on the topic I asked God for flowers and He sent me rain. So let me ask you the question. Have you ever prayed for beauty, joy, and blessings only to find yourself standing in the middle of a storm? It can feel confusing, even discouraging. We ask God for flowers, but instead of a bouquet in our hand, He sends us the rain. At first glance, it looks like God is playing a cruel joke and that God does not answer prayer. But if we lean in, we'll discover that God's rain is never punishment, it's preparation. So let's look at what is a want versus a need. You see, when we ask God for flowers, we're asking Him for what we want. But God knows our heart even before we do. He sends us the rain because that is what we need. We often ask for flowers, symbols of blessing, happiness, and comfort. But flowers cannot grow without rain. Rain may not be what we hoped for, but is exactly what prepares the ground for what we've asked God for in the first place. Flowers does not grow in infertile ground. We've got to fertilize that ground. And what do we use for fertilizer? The rain. All right. So when God gives us the rain, He is not withholding goodness from us. He is equipping us. He is watering the soil of our lives so that when the flowers do come, they are strong, lasting, and deeply rooted. So when we ask God for flowers, we imagine instant beauty, sweet fragrance, and joy. I'm looking right now and imagining sunflowers or lilies, which are my two favorite flowers. But flowers don't just appear. They need soil, they need sunlight, and most of all, they need the rain. The rain that feels like a disruption is actually the nourishment that makes growth possible. Just like seeds in the earth, we too must go through seasons of watering. Those seasons may look like tears, trials, waiting, or even loss. But beneath the surface, something powerful is happening. The rain is softening the soil of our heart, making room for roots of faith, patience, and resilience to grow deep. So, rain is actually a gift in disguise. It may feel uncomfortable. It looks like delay, struggle, or hardship, but in reality, the rain is a gift. It is God giving us patience when we ask for quick results. Yeah, you ever grown a flower? It doesn't come up there quickly. It needs it, there's some work you got to do first before the flowers will bloom. It is God's shaping resilience when we prayed for strength. It is God growing our faith when we wanted proof. Rain is rarely what we want. We always complain about the rain, right? But it's always what we need. I know for sure. I look at rain in the natural in two different ways. One, oh, my grass needs it. Two, it's so annoying. Three, I love listening to it to go to sleep. So I have this love-hate relationship with it. It's good when you're not in it, but when you're in it, or for instance, when you're driving, you think, boy, we don't need the rain right now. But all right, but the plants need it, the soil need it, your grass needs it, the plants need it. Everybody needs the rain. Well, we also have to look at it when we look at it, not in the natural, but in the spiritual realm. It is easy to believe that if God loved us, He would give us flowers right away. We want joy, we want happiness, right? But God is more concerned with our transformation than our instant gratification. That's what this show is about. Transformation. Transform your mind. Transform your life. You just don't need quick changes that do not last. Transformation is forever, right? The flowers we want are temporary. The character he builds in us through rain and transformation is eternal or lasts forever. Sometimes the very thing we resist is the thing we prayed for, just wrapped up in unexpected package. We ask for strength, and he gives us challenges that require courage. We ask for patience, and he places us in seasons of waiting. We ask for joy, and he teaches us to dance in the rain before the flowers even bloom. Be happy with what you've got. Dance in the rain, right? Be happy about it even before you get it. Isn't that what the Bible teaches you to do? Okay. So, God knows what we need before we do. You see, on the surface, we see the surface, but God sees the soil. He sees what's underneath. He sees our heart. We want beauty of flowers, but he knows they will wither first without sending the rain. Our prayers has reached his ears, but his answers reach deeper. They reach our character, our destiny, and our eternal good. The truth is, flowers are the byproduct, but the rain is the blessing. It is true in the spiritual and in the natural. Rain is a blessing. Without it, there would be no growth, no harvest, no beauty at all. So when the rain has done its work, the flowers will appear. And just not just any flowers, but strong, vibrant, deeply rooted blooms that can withstand life-changing seasons. The beauty is greater than what we imagine because it was grown, not given, right? Think about that. You have to work for it, right? So, if you find yourself in the rain right now, you have tears, you have struggle, hardship, you know, everything is raining on your parade. There's no rain, there's no sunshine. Don't despair. Lift your face to the heavens and remember the rain is not to drown you, it's to water the seeds of your destiny. Trust that flowers are on their way. So, as we wrap up, let me give you the lessons of the rain again. The next time you ask God for flowers and He sends you rain, remember, He is not ignoring your prayer. He is answering it in the way that serves your soul and your soil the best. He's giving you not just what you want in the moment, but what you need for the journey. Trust the rain, embrace it, because when the time is right, you you just wouldn't receive flowers, you receive a whole garden. I pray for an orchard forest, with apples and yeah, you just don't want one flower. You want a field. Remember Philippians 4:19. It says, "And my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches in glory in Jesus Christ." God hears every prayer. When we ask him for flowers and he gives us rain, it is not rejection, it's preparation. The rain is the pathway to the bloom. Trust the process, and soon you will see what he gave you was far better than what you asked for. That's God, right? Yes. You can't even imagine, like the windows of heaven opening up and pouring out blessings. We can never imagine what those blessings are. And I want to leave you with a final scripture. Isaiah 55:10-11. It says, "For as the rain and the snow come down from heaven and do not return there, but water the earth, so shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, right? Your prayers are not going to be returning empty, right? You're going to get the rain. Remember, God doesn't always give us what we want, but He gives us what we need. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of 5 Minute Fridays with Coach Myrna. So, if you're in the rain right now, or if you got flowers, I would love to hear about it. I would love to hear how this message inspired you or touched you. So DM me on Instagram under Myrna M. Young. When you see this poster, after you listen to it on YouTube or on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your podcast, I want to hear from you because a lot of times you've got to declare things, right? Where two or more are gathered, God is in the mix. So give me your prayers and let's see how fast you're going to get your flowers. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, blessings.